Here we go again, another trip to the middle aisle. Well, as you can see, Parkside tools have finally returned to the middle aisle of Lidl, if albeit for seasonal knickknacks and stocking fillers. The little circular saw wasn't of much use to me for the kind of woodworking that I do, and as for the rechargeable screwdriver in the wooden presentation box, I thought that was a nice touch, but barbecue attachments in winter? Really? Of all the tools, it was the cordless pizza cutter that I liked the most, although I've already got the older version. It's not a very good fit in the cutlery drawer, but it's fun on pizza night. All joking aside, I don't buy every single Parkside tool that comes out in Lidl's. It'd be morally wrong to buy tools I don't need and review tools I don't use. Yes, I know we all like a good unboxing video of Parkside tools, but it doesn't actually tell us how long they will actually last for. So I'd rather give an opinion on the tools I actually use in real life, like these. For example, this is the Parkside 20-volt hammer action drill. I bought this in 2018, and it's got a 1/2 inch chunk. It's still running the original 2 Ah Parkside 20-volt battery, and it works brilliantly. In fact, they still sell this model, and I'm very tempted to buy another one because it is a good tool. Okay, a little bit older. Bought this in 2015. It's the Parkside 5-inch 240-volt angle grinder. I have replaced the power cable because they do crack over time, so my biggest grumbles with them. But it still works perfectly fine. I do own the newer version, but this one gets used the most because it's a good tool. A little bit older again is this 2011 Parkside arc welding set. Still got the original electro holder and earth clamp. They do tend to burn out, they are consumables. And it is working perfectly fine. I actually bought a spare one of these brand new just in case it failed. I mean, it hasn't, which is why I've never upgraded to the inverter type arc welding sets. The mains cable is like a silicone rubber, which I prefer. I wish they fit these to all their power tools, but it just seems to be limited to the STS drill and the 9-inch angle grinder, but they do seem to last a lot longer. But again, this is another good tool. But I have an even older Parkside tool to show you, one I've never shown you before. So I'm going to have to dim the lights a little bit. And here it is. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Oh dear, I've left it turned on. You better close your eyes for this one. So it's old, but maybe not Old Testament old. This is a 2003 Parkside soldering gun. Let's take a closer look. So the first thing you'll probably notice that stylistically it doesn't match anything that Parkside have done in the last 15 years. Even the logo is a different type of font to what they use nowadays. One thing that hasn't changed is their use of blow molded storage cases. One thing that is quite nice is that it came with a rewirable plug. Nowadays they are molded, you can just change the fuse in them, whereas this one you can actually fully rewire. Accessories, quite limited. Came with a little spool of solder that was in here. Obviously I've used that up now because it's a consumable. This little spanner for changing these 3 tips. This is one for soldering. You've got one for a bit of pyrography, one for plastic welding. The actual design and operation of the tool is nothing new, and that's because it is actually based on an old design. And that's because it's based on one of these. This is a Weller 240-volt soldering gun. Belonged to my grandfather. It's about 55, 60 years old. All the features on this are on the Parkside. You've got a trigger there, 2-stage, operates the light bulb first, which is replaceable. Put it all the way in, heats up, alterates the soldering tip. The Parkside is exactly the same. 2-stage trigger, replaceable light bulb, replaceable soldering tip. As for specifications, it's rated at 180 watts, goes up to 600 degrees centigrade, and with that in mind, it is more suitable for electrical work rather than electronic. Try and use this at component level on a printed circuit board and you will melt it quite quickly. I use it for more automotive stuff because it's great for tinning thick terminals, wires, cables, that kind of thing. It's brilliant for that. And also for heat shrinking. So I hope you've enjoyed this little trip down Parkside memory lane with me. As you can see, if you look after these tools, they will last a long time. Anyway, thanks for subscribing if you do so. If you don't, please press that little button down there. It'd be much appreciated because my channel isn't monetized. Even though there's adverts on it, I don't get any revenue from it. That little donate button down there doesn't even work yet. So your support is much appreciated. Thanks for watching and take care.